This tutorial will show you how to create a stitch effect in CorelDraw. If you look at this artwork here, it has the stitch effect look, and it's like stitched to the fabric itself, to the jean fabric. Actually, it's a pocket of the jeans. Now, this project, we're going to recreate this text here. We're going to analyze the text effect first by zooming in. So if you notice, these are stitches and we got patterns here, and this one actually would be an outline we'd have a dashed effect. Okay, so let's start the tutorial. What I did, I locked this object so that we won't accidentally move it. So first of all, we're going to type in the CDR text. So I'm going to type that in, caps lock, CDR. I'm going to make it bigger. Okay, so, and this one here. Okay, so I'm going to resize that. I'm just going to match it to this one so it's easier. Okay, let's say that one. And you notice the spacing is different, but we can always change the spacing by choosing the shape tool while the text is selected, and then we'll just move this going that way. Okay, so that's good. And we're going to move it to the right side here. I'm gonna zoom in here and move this here. Now if you really analyze the text here, it is actually a contour. These are contour going out, and this dashed line here is a contour going inside. Okay, so this one's outside and this one's inside. So let's try the outside first, and notice here we need 1, 2. Actually, we need 2 contour going outside. So we're going to do that. We're going to select on the text itself, and we go to our interactive contour. Okay, so now we want it going out, so we click on this one, this icon here for outside. And then this one, how many steps? We need 2 steps. Okay, that's 2 steps. And then this one is the distance. Now you can type the distance, or you can just click on this arrow to increase it. I am just going to, that's good. Okay, that's good. So we got this one already. Now actually I did a contour so that we have a guide for our stitches. So once you click on the contour, now I want to separate this one. So you click on the contour and then go to arrange and break contour apart. Okay. Once you break contour apart, you still have one more thing to do. So you click on the contour again, okay, and then you click on ungroup so that all the contours would be ungrouped. If I move this one, that's one, and then that one's different too. Okay, so I'm going to undo that, or Control Z. Okay. Now looking back to the original here, if you notice, this one is actually letter W. The text is W. I didn't do that with a artistic brush, but I did that with a text, W text. So we're going to zoom in here, and I'm just going to type in W. I'll just put 4 W's here, and then I'm gonna zoom in here. Now see, you got spacing here, so you're going to remove the spacing between the W's. So you go to your shape tool, and I'm going to move this, and I'm just going to intersect it a little bit like that. Yeah. So now it looks like a stitch. Now we're going to do the first stitch first. So I'm going to put this Just gonna size it, see if it fits, maybe smaller. There. Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll just compare it to this one. Yeah, I think that's fine. Okay. Now here's the thing here. This is still text, right? Now if I click on text and go to fit text to path, I can actually make the path to be this one here. See, if I move it closer to this line here, because that's my guide, I click on that. Now it stays into the path, which is the text. Okay, so now I'm gonna zoom in here, but what we want this one to be in the middle of this line. Okay, so you click on the text, right, and then in here, distance from path, I'll make it lower, and see it goes down. See, if I make it higher, it goes farther away from the path. Now I think that's right. It's gonna be in the middle of this curve, I mean that contour. Okay, now the rest would be easy. This one is still a text. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to type in the word, I mean the letters W, and then it will go around the path of that contour. So I click on the text, I go to my text tool, I'll put it in the center here, and I'll just type in the W, and just observe it's amazing because it goes to the path of the letters, and even the inside of the D and the R goes around. Now if you know that it's almost finishing the contour, okay, just type in the W slowly, okay, until everything closes. There, I think it's almost closing right now. Okay, focus your eyes in this one here, and one more there. Okay, and of course you're going to have some imperfections, but that's okay because in real life it's stitching, right? Now we've done that already, so I'm going to zoom in here again, and then I'm going to do the other one here. So I'm going to type in the W. Okay, 4 more W's, 1, 2, 3, 4. Change the spacing in this way, and then I'm just going to resize it. Okay, okay, I think that's good. And then I go to text, fit text to path, and the path would be this one. Okay, if it's on top of that line, that's fine, just click on that one, and then you can adjust the distance of the text to the path in here. So we're going to lessen the distance, so it's going to be a negative value. Okay, so 0.05 is fine. And then once again, I'm going to zoom out, and I'm going to go to my text tool, and I'm just going to type in the W, and once again it's the same thing. It's going to zoom in here so that we can see it in action. So I'm making the W's, and see, it's the outer contour now doing it here, and it's almost closing, and this one is the last path that's going to be closed, this one, and it's here, so that closes that path, and then this one closes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. So we just close the path now. You know, we already have the basic structure of the stitch effect. Now if you're really picky and you want to fix the stitches. Just zoom in here, and for example here, you know, these have imperfections. Now you just choose the text. Let's say here I'm choosing this one, and you go to your shape tool, and then in here, see this one, this node is for this W, this node is for this one. Okay, so you choose which node. Say for example here I choose this one, and then I'm going to move it. Okay, I'm going to select that. You know it's selected because it's also highlighted with black, and I'm going to move it over to the left side. Okay, I'm using my arrow keys. Okay, so select this one and then move the arrow keys going this way. Okay, so it's really up to you if you want to do that or just leave it like that to make it realistic. Okay, now going back to the original one here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to match the colors. Oh, but before that, if you notice here, there's one more contour that we need, and it's the contour going inside, which is this one here. Okay, that's a contour going inside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to zoom in here, and I'm going to click on the text. That is still a text, the black text. You know the text is selected because in here it says artistic text, freshman is the font, and it's black. Okay, so now I'm going to click on the contour, interactive contour, and then instead of going outside, which is this one, I click on inside. Click that, and I only need one step, so I'll make it 1, and then the distance is this one here. I'm just going to see my original here, how close. Okay, so I'm just going to make it maybe that will do. Okay, so that will do, and the next thing is we have to break that group apart by going to, okay, click on the text and then go to arrange, break contour apart. Okay, so this is important, break contour apart, because we're going to separate the text and the contour. So click on that, and now you know it's separated. If I move this one going there, see it's separated now. This one's not a text, the black one is still a text. Okay, so I'm going to undo that, and so basically this one is just an outline with a dashed property. Okay, so I click on the contour. Oops, I click on the contour. I know it's the contour that I'm clicking on because it says here 40% black. I'm going to put an outline, go to my outline properties, outline pen. I'm going to start, let's say 0.75 points, and I want it white. Okay, and this is a good idea to click behind fill and then scale with image. Scale with image so that even though you resize it, the dashed property would also resize the size thickness. So in here, the style, you can choose this one, okay, for the dashed line, and then click OK. And of course it won't match right away, so you click on it again, go to your properties. Okay, what I'll do, I'm just going to remove the fill. Okay, so click on this one to remove the fill. There's no fill. Now the only thing here to do is actually to make the line thicker. I'm gonna move this over. Instead of 0.75, I'll make it say double it. Click OK. Okay, that looks promising. No. So I go back to my line properties. I'll make it let's say 3 points and click OK. Oh, okay, so 3 points is fine. Now I can zoom out here, and we're almost there. So the only thing we have to do is color it and put some texture on it. Like, you know, see this texture there. Now before doing that, I'm just going to click on this one, because if you notice here, it's just the outline without the fill, you know, the dotted lines there. So I'm going to select that. Okay, and then I'm going to remove the fill. So click on this one. So no fill. Okay. Now I'm going to color the actual font. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this one that I selected, the one with the dash line, to the clipboard. So I'm going to cut it first. So click on this icon here for cut, or Control X, and later on we're going to paste that back. Okay. Now we'll work on the text color here. Okay. So if you notice, there's like a maroonish, but it's like semi-transparent. Okay, so we are going to click on, I'm clicking on the text here, and then I'm going to make it this color here. So let's go back here. I have that color ready, but then there's an illusion here that it's a different, it has like a textile effect. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, what I did actually is I did choose I duplicated the jeans, and I'm going to crop it. Okay, one way to crop an image or a JPEG is to go to your shape tool and then select this 2 node and bring it down. Okay, so while you're bringing it down, hold down Control and Shift to make a straight path. I'm going to do this one too. Okay, hold on Control and Shift, and this one here, and this one too. Okay, so the concept there is, I'm going to put this inside. I'm going to put this this fabric here, the blue fabric, inside this the main text, which is the CDR. Okay, so I select this, go to Effects, Power Clip, place inside the container, and the container is my text here. So I click on that. Okay, you notice it did power clipped. But now the only thing to do is I'm going to position this to the right so that all the letter CDR would be inside the fabric. So I go to Effects. Okay, I'm selecting this text, right? It says here Power Clip. So I go to Effects, Power Clip, and then Edit Contents. So once you click on Edit Contents, you will go to this one, and then what I'll do, I'll just center this here. Okay, you won't really notice it because it's a different color here. Anyway, but it's in there. Now to make the main color be transparent, what I'll do, I'll click on this one, and then I'm going to make a transparency, or apply transparency. So you click on the transparency here, okay, and then I'll make it uniform transparency. 50% is fine, but here instead of normal, I'm going to make it multiply, okay, so that a little bit of the color, the maroon color, will show. And I'll click on Finish. There. If you notice, it did made it transparent. Same as this one here. Okay, now so I'll click on this one here. Okay. And but before that, we have to separate we'll have to break apart the text, which is this W, and also the path. So you click on this. So you click on the text, it's a text because it's here in the status bar, it says text on path. Okay. I'll go to Arrange and break text apart. That is important because if not, you can't color the path. So break text apart. So that one is for this. Now I'm going to do it with this one too. So I click on that. Again, it says text on path. I'm going to go to Arrange and click on Break Text Apart. So now I can, this one is separated from the path. So let's just go undo and one more undo. Okay. I'm going to color the fill of this W, the text, to this one here. And this one would be white. Now this color is this one here, and this one, the gray color, would be the same color as that. I'm going to zoom out, and okay, we're done. Remember, we cut the text with the dotted lines and it's in the clipboard. Now it's time to paste it. So you click on this icon here for paste. There you go. Okay, so now we already have this one, and we're going to put a little bit of drop shadow so that it would stand out. Okay, so what I'll do, I'm going to select the last contour, which is this one here. Okay, I selected that one because here it says same way. Okay, so it's the same color as that one, and I go to my drop shadow and I click on, let's just use a preset here. Let's go bottom right, click there. Okay, but this is too diffuse, so I'm going to, you can change the values here of the feathering. See that? Let's make that 3, and then this one too, you can change the transparency of the shadow, or if not, you can always use this slider here to change the transparency. Okay, let's leave it that way first. Okay, so I'm going to get the background, plus sign your keyboard to duplicate, and move it over to the right side. Okay, I'll put it to back, so arrange, order to back of page. Now I'll move this over to the right side, and let's see the outcome of our, there. Very nice. It looks like a stitch effect. So the drop shadow would help a little bit just to make depth on your stitch effect. Okay. So now I won't do the tutorial of this one because it's pretty straightforward. It's the same concept as the CDR text that we did. So it's contour, okay, contour out and then contour in for this dashed line. And then for this text stitch is also the same, the W text. So that ends the tutorial. Very nice.